Hello students and welcome to IELTS with Coach Brad. I am of course Coach Brad, and today we are going to have our first look at part 3 of the speaking test. Part 3 is definitely the most challenging part of the speaking test, so today I'm going to give you some tips, some examples of some good and bad answers, and also what you can expect when you do part 3 of the IELTS test. If you are new to my videos, then feel free to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below the video. So, let's begin. Firstly, the questions you will receive in part 3 of the speaking test will be on the same topic as the question card that you got in part 2 of the speaking test. It will be a little bit more of a conversation with the examiner, but you are expected to do much more of the talking. Try to give extended answers, not just short answers like in section 1 of the speaking test. It will probably go for about 4 or 5 minutes, and you need to expect that it will be very challenging. It's going to be difficult for every English level. It doesn't matter if you are band 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. The questions are designed to challenge you, and they will ask you about your thoughts on issues in the world. Often you need to give your opinion, and it's not so much about what you do, but rather what happens in the world around you. Let's take a look at a quick example of a good answer. In my opinion, there are two main reasons why some products are able to charge a higher price than their competitors. The first is I think they have very clever marketing. But more importantly, they need to have a product which is better than the competition, and preferably one that has a history of being superior. A good example of that is Louis Vuitton. Although they charge a high price for their products, and their branding markets them as exclusive, they are also the best quality because they have the best designers in the world. As I said earlier, you want to give longer answers than in section 1 of the speaking test. Of course, not as long as part 2, where you need to speak for 2 minutes, but if you aim for 4 or 5 sentences, that is probably a good amount. There is a good chance that you are going to get a question that is too difficult for you. Don't worry, this is completely normal. Also, the questions are on topics that you probably don't speak about that often in your day-to-day lives, so you are not expected to be an expert on every topic for section 3 of the speaking test. An example, you might get questions on art, and perhaps you don't like art. That would make it difficult, but again, it's probably normal to get questions that you are not very familiar with. Also, don't worry if you think your opinion is a little bit silly or perhaps not the right answer. This IELTS test is done by people from all different backgrounds, different cultures, from different countries, and everyone has a different opinion. The questions are designed so that there is no one correct answer. So it doesn't matter if you think your answer is stupid, what they are testing is your speaking ability. Let's have another look at an example of a good and a not so good answer. Yes, they have. They're successful because they're better than local brands. Yes, they have. I believe it's because people in my country think that imported products are higher quality than locally manufactured products. I don't know if this is always true, but imported products have a reputation for being specialized in certain industries. Mercedes-Benz is a good example of this. Interestingly, when I was in Germany, I noticed that regular taxis are usually Mercedes-Benz, so perhaps they are not considered a luxury product there at all. A few more tips. Try to stay on topic. This can be difficult if you don't have good vocabulary for that topic, but if you go on to another topic, the examiner won't like that. Try to get a bit of a feeling as for what the question is asking for. There should be clues in the question which can help you with this. Also, make sure you build up some vocabulary and some phrases for speaking about people in general. This might be everyone from your country or all customers, all shops. It's not going to always be just about what you do. And lastly, you don't want to do it too often, but you are welcome to ask the examiner to rephrase or repeat the question. Just say something like, "Could you please repeat the question?" It's better than just saying, "I don't know." Remember, the examiner is trying to test you. They can change the vocabulary or the way in which they ask the question to make it a little bit easier if they think that you need it. Let's have another look at an example. They can't afford them because they are lazy. Parents now are not teaching their children the value of hard work. At my university, students are just playing games on their iPad, so how are they expected to learn anything? I believe that some people worry too much about what others think of them. Maybe they want other people to think they are rich or are doing well in life, but this can lead to a lot of financial problems. In my opinion, it's okay to buy some luxury products, but you should save your money, perhaps work some overtime, or reduce your spending in other areas such as restaurants or holidays. And then every now and then you can afford a luxury item. Some more tips about how you can build your answer is to always give your reason about why you feel the way that you do. You can also give some examples and connect them to your own experience. It's good if you can tell a little bit of a story, similar to part 2, about how you formed that opinion. Sometimes you can give your own theory, but if you do give a theory, then make sure you explain why that is your theory. And one more option is to give the advantages and the disadvantages of the situation. Often the question will ask for this. Some more vocabulary, pros and cons, positive and negatives. Let's have another look at an example. No, I don't think so. For example, Chanel perfume. If they made it cheaper, it would be bad for their business? Oh. No, I don't. I believe a company should be able to charge whatever price they like if that fits their business model. Also, if they start providing products that everyone can afford, they might lose their reputation for being exclusive or a superior product, and then people with more money will stop buying them. That may lead to lower profits. And we don't ask manufacturers of budget products to make more expensive products just so rich people can buy them, so I don't understand why it would be the other way around. That is the end of today's video. I will leave some examples for you to try at home, but just remember, practice, practice, practice. And I'll see you next time.